Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. We're making memories on a Sunday afternoon. We're joined now by our Grizzly Today, presented by Jet's Pizza on Sugarloaf Parkway, and Mr. Henry Daniels. Henry, how are you doing, my friend?
Yes, sir. Doing good. Happy to be here.
I don't know what the words are. We're going to try to match the videos to what happened today, and we'll try to describe what happened. We've had some crazy moments here at GGC, but this one may take the cake. But let's get into it here. Game number one, Grizzlies taking on Indiana Tech. The Grizzlies get down 5-1 in game number one. Henry, what's kind of that vibe in that dugout? Do you guys always have hope, aspiration, drive? Is there, some yelling? Is there some disappointment? What's the feeling like?
It's always feeling like it's just a matter of time. I mean, with this high-powered offense, the way we play ball, it's like you can only hold us down for so long, feels like. If we're playing 9 innings for sure, we always have a chance.
And so the Grizzlies do have a chance. Now, whether we play 9 innings is a totally different story. We've only done that like 3 times this year, is play the 9th inning. We'll get to why here in just a moment, but a little bit deeper dive into your at-bats recently. Describe what's been going on at the plate for you before today. What's been your thought process? Before
today, we had some pretty good games in last week and the midweek, and then coming into Fisher, I had a rough day. I think I was 0 for whatever with a couple walks, but it's always good as a hitter. You get kind of hide behind the team success. So it was nice that it had come out and have a lot better day, I'd say.
And is it tougher to recover from maybe a disappointing day? Is it more mental or physical at the plate?
Absolutely, it's more mental, and it's more important to not let the mental take over the physical, to not make a drastic change or anything crazy like that.
And so for you kind of stayed within yourself. Also, the Grizzlies stayed within themselves. The Grizzlies also got 2 zeros out of the bullpen from Jeremiah Locklear in the 7th and the 8th, which was huge for the Grizzlies. Sepkowski had a great performance in game number 1, 6 RBIs and 2 runs scored, which basically set up your bases loaded at bat in the 8th inning. Now, again, we were trailing in the 6th inning of that contest, but we get an opportunity, we take the lead, and then your at-bat comes up in the 8th. What's going through your mind, given what you've been through recently?
Like I said, it's just a matter of time before the whole script gets flipped, and at that point, I hadn't hit a ball square all day. I was just trying to put a ball in play, honestly, bases loaded.
I love it how your idea of just putting a ball in play is hitting about 430 feet toward the scoreboard, because that's what happened in the bottom of the 8th. A grand slam home run, walk-off, 10-run terminator. The 10-run rule is installed. Have you ever hit a walk-off home run before in your career?
I have, but it was a real one a few years ago.
You hit a real one in college.
It wasn't a run rule.
When you hit the ball in game number 1, did you like, oh, the game's over? Or you're like, that may go over, it may not go over, even if it does go over? Like, did it register that the 10-run rule was going to happen?
I knew it was going over for sure. I didn't know it was going to be a run rule. I didn't know what the score was.
And so neither did anyone else in the ballpark. And so when we started doing the math, 12 and 6 and add 4, 16-6, ball game over. So it was a kind of a deer in the headlights moment. The Grizzlies win game number 1, 16-6. Then in game number 2, Ben Harris gets the ball. And it's not even fair that we can put a label on him as our number 4 starter, because we may have 4 of the best starters in all of NAIA baseball.
Absolutely.
What's it like when he gets the ball on Sunday?
Just give him one. I mean, today it's all I needed was give him one. I mean, he's always lights out every time you see him pitch.
And so the Grizzlies were lights out on top of the mound with Jeremiah Locklear and Ben Harris. And then game 2 is a little bit different story. The Grizzlies scored first in the 3rd, then a weird 5 spot in the 5th, and then it's deja vu all over again. Your at-bat comes up in the bottom of the 7th, and once again, did the 10-run rule cross your mind at all?
That time it did. There was a guy on 1st and 3rd. We were at 7 runs, and I thought to myself, man, that'd be weird, right?
Yeah.
It happened again?
Uh-huh.
Well, it did.
Off the bat, did you know that one was gone too?
I was really hoping it was. So I stood there and watched it.
So not 1, but 2 walk-off home runs via the 10-run rule by Henry Daniels. You got to help me out. You got to clue me in. What's it like trotting around the bases and the game's over?
It was a pretty good feeling. I mean, the best part is knowing your entire team's at home plate waiting for you.
And so big celebration there for Georgia Gwinnett. They complete the sweep over Indiana Tech. They get into midweek play this coming Tuesday versus Middle Georgia on the road down in Cochran, Georgia. But Henry, in what has been a weird and fun and ironic day for the Grizzlies, we get a pair of victories as Georgia Gwinnett installs a pair of 10-run rules. Man, you got some more shout-outs for me?
I've got some shout-outs
Let's
today.
go. Let's hear it.
Shout out my guys at first base, especially Twin Diesel.
Okay.
The guys in the outfield I'm playing there now, the Grasshoppers, the Milkman,
The nicknames are the best.
the guys at Steak and Shake for the milkshakes we're getting tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Sweeps get
Sweep
shakes.
the week.
Yeah.
Of course, Mom and Dad and everybody else watching back home, thank y'all as always.
Absolutely.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Yes, sir.
Henry, keep swinging it, my friend.
Thank you.
Grizzlies win by final scores of 16-6 and 10-0 as they take the cake over Indiana Tech.